you're not familiar with my background, that's for sure. This is I work at the Siena Trattoria, Italian restaurant on Sierra, actually 9500 if I think correctly. And right next to me, you do know who I have next to me because he's been on quite a few times, Stefano.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. You're looking gorgeous as usual.
This guy is amazing. I've been to a couple of your shows, and you put a show on that doesn't quit. You put a show on that's what Vegas needs.
Well, thank you.
They need what you're doing. You have all these performers. So tell me, how have you been? What have you been up to?
Well, I've been doing a lot. As you know, I'm still at the Stirling Club.
Yes.
I'm doing about 3 to 4 events a month there. I'm very excited. Besides performing there, I've been asked to entertain the members, and I've met a lot of great people.
Awesome.
Make a lot of great contacts too.
Wonderful.
And the best thing that I've heard so far is that my mother did a great job raising me. Someone told me the other day that I was one of the most polite young men they had ever met.
You are.
And that, I appreciate that. And
you truly are. You're gracious, you're nice, you don't interfere, but you also greet everybody with this lovely sort of, well, that's typical European. So your mother was obviously Italian.
yes.
But was she brought up in Italy?
No, she was brought up here in Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island, here in the United
Providence,
States.
Rhode Island.
Yeah,
wow.
and she's Irish too. I do have some Irish blood in me. That's where the red tones come from.
That's the skin.
But I got that olive skin of the nose and the eyes, so
the
that's
nose
okay.
and the eyes, that's all from Ireland.
It's got to keep it fresh, right?
Yeah, the rest of it's from Italy.
That's true.
So your father's Italian?
My father was Italian, yes. My biological father passed away, but my stepfather is Italian as well.
As well.
And I call him Dad. He raised me, as well with my mom.
So do you think he did a good job?
I think they did a good job because I can never get tired of hearing that they did a good job. Yeah. It's not about me. It's about them.
Isn't that wonderful?
My mother.
It's nice that people recognize that, you know?
Thank you. My mom said to some guests the other day, I was at the Pass Casino for Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
I did a salute to the troops, and my sister did 20 plus years in the United States Air Force and retired.
Really?
Yes, as Master Sergeant.
Is she an air pilot?
No, she's not a pilot.
Oh.
She worked on the ground. She was a driver, special driver, forces driver. She actually drove for 4 different generals in Washington, D.C. during the Bush and Obama administrations.
She was a pretty good driver.
Very good driver. Very good driver. So my parents did a great job, and they did that while my grandparents taught me how to sing and dance and act and do all of that because they were minstrel performers.
Okay.
But it was nice. Someone said to me, "Do you ever get tired of hearing that you did a great job?" And that they did a great job. And I said, "No, I don't get tired of hearing it because you actually took the time to tell me." Yes. That's what means so much to me.
And also it reflects on your family. And, you know, Italian people love. I was married to an Italian.
Oh.
The last name is
You're not married anymore.
Well, my husband passed away.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, me too. I had the greatest man in the entire world. But that's probably what every woman said. Well, maybe not every woman would say that, but I will say that. I had the greatest husband in the world. He took care of me, he loved me, and he did what a man should do, and he was just wonderful. Are you married?
I am not married. I'm single, and I'm staying that way. What's the matter? Why is there something wrong with that? It's more fun being single.
Because you were so definite about it. Because my husband passed away in 2004. My husband said, you will never find another man like me. Well, I haven't. That's from 2004 until now. I'm also single. Okay. So we're going to be off to the south of France or to the.
We're going to go to Palermo. We'll go to Sicily. Let's go down there.
Palermo.
Why not?
I love Palermo.
We could.
I know all that area because I used to travel that with my husband and everything.
I want to go get some arancini, which are the Italian rice balls. Those are delicious with a nice marinara sauce.
The greatest restaurants.
They make them here.
Yes, the greatest restaurants there are the little tiny restaurants. They are in the little tiny villages. You can go anywhere, and they treat you like gold. And
the true mom and pop.
The true mom and pop. They are incredible. I wish they had more hair.
And everybody eats when they come over.
Absolutely. But this restaurant actually is Italian, and it's also doing very, very well. And there's really, 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 really good Italian food.
Well, and they have amazing entertainment.
They have great entertainment here.
Absolutely. I just saw.
How do you know?
Well, because I had to come and see the restaurant, and I wanted to support my friend John Anthony, who is Rod Stewart. He also performs here with a special lady that performs, I forget her name.
Yes.
So, but she was amazing. They were talented. They performed right here. And it was great. And it was a nice atmosphere. Yes. And there was some great people that you get to meet because not everyone can go to a show right now because ticket prices are high. these fees, these ticketing fees. I don't understand
They're very,
them.
yeah.
But you know what's I don't have to worry about? I don't have a ticket at the Stirling Club. And
There's no pay.
I have no cover charge for my show, and I still bring in amazing talent.
Yes, you do.
Way more talented than I'll ever be, and it's a complimentary show.
Now
and I still get 100 people.
Now let me tell you something. When this guy comes out and he starts singing the opera, as I call it, you get this magnificent voice that all of a sudden everybody suddenly sits up and pays attention. It's the most amazing thing. I don't think you realize the talent you have. I don't.
I have to say this. I'm never going to be the best singer. I'll never be the best entertainer. But what I can be is the best person on stage. I want people to know that what they see on stage, this is how I am in person when I'm breaking bread and having dinner with someone, or I'm out at a pool party. Yes. I'm the same person. And if you're the same person, people say he's real.
He's a real.
Because see, I grew up in the real world, not in the reality television world.
See, I did the same thing. I'm from the real world.
And sometimes I have no filter. And I say things that people go, "Ooh, I want them to." Shock value.
I have the same problem because I say something, they look at me double-faced like, "Did she really say that?"
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, because it's the real, and that's why we stream live. Everybody says, "Ninon, why do you stream live?" Well, why wouldn't I?
Well, let's put it this way. I have been successful in doing shows that I do.
Yes.
I only can do what I do.
Yes.
Guess who I have on the show this week?
I want to know. Well, the show this week is at the Stirling Club, and we start at what time?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
I go on at 6 p.m. My special guest goes on at 7.
And your special guests go on at 7. You started opening it up at 6, so you have a whole hour there of what you want to do and what you have.
That is correct.
And every time I've been there, and I've been there a lot, it's very, very busy. A lot of people there. So if you really want to see this, you've got to sort of get there a little early. Otherwise, you won't get a seat. It's only because I know him that I can get a seat.
Well, I was about to ask you and your production team how many are coming this time, because I have, from the sexy show and burlesque, Gabriella Versace.
Oh, Gabriella Versace.
And we are planning to do a Italian opera song together.
Oh, no. This is going to be absolutely amazing. I don't know if we should advertise it because it's going to be jammed, but that's a standing room only.
Well,
that's okay.
And you know, I've been fortunate. The last 4 shows have been full capacity and standing room only.
Yes.
And that's my tagline to put on a poster.
You kind of built this whole thing up. But you're also quite new to Vegas.
I am quite new to Vegas.
So this is not something, but he's brought Vegas back, which I just kind of
old school. We have old school style flair. I did an old school style casino. The past casino was on the Water Street district. That was originally the El Dorado, which was brought back together and to life by Joe DeSimone, who owns First Federal Realty in Henderson. Okay. And he did a $4 million renovation. It's absolutely beautiful. He has an amazing restaurant inside, an Italian restaurant. He also has a cafe, traditional 50s, 60s style cafe called Amelia's. Great. I had an amazing open French sandwich the other day. It was delicious, and I'm so happy. But the casino was great. We had about 75 to 100 people for the Salute to the Troops, and it was amazing. People come all over from the city of Henderson, and living up here in the Summerlin area, it was nice to go that way. Yes, and I performed with a band. I set up the band now.
So do you set up, because you seem to have the talent of not only just getting on stage and singing, you're able to set up, and you've got everything going, all these little gadgets are going, and you go up there and you do this, and all the performers come out perfect. They come out, you've got them right on where the ECs, I don't know all these things about singing and everything, but you seem to have it all set up.
Well, thank you. I had to learn how to do everything, and that's why I've been working in backstage productions at Legends, because I can sew, and I also do lighting and sound and audio. You know what? For crochet, I had to learn how to do that too. Yes, I can do
was just teasing.
A 2-needle stitch. I can, yes, because my mom taught me how to do that, and my grandmother taught me how to crochet and knit.
This is a basic way of growing up, but it's a way of growing up that you do know these things.
You have to, and I can cook.
See, I can cook, I can crochet, I can do needlepoint, I can do all that stuff. Yeah. And then I also know about antiques, I know about real estate, but that's how you're brought up though, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
For us, it's kind of a natural thing that everybody is like that, but everybody isn't like that.
It's so true. You know, coming from New England, Mark O'Toole you know the talented Mark O'Toole.
Sure.
He has his show on Wednesdays, every other Wednesday, the first and third, I think, of the month. And he said to me, Estefano, I'd love to have you come on. And I said, well, Mark, I want to come on the show too, but I'm actually going to be performing here in Anthem. He said, you are? Where? And I ended up meeting a great group called the Rock and Roll Dance Club in Henderson in Sun City Anthem. And I performed for 250 people on Friday night. And this past Friday night, and I actually carried equipment in. I set up, and all of a sudden, the band was asking me, and the sound guy's like, where are we going? I'm like, plug it in 13, plug it in 18, because our mixing board has up to 24 channels. And they're like, you know what you're doing? I said, I had learned how to use sound. And then I helped them. And then I was on my hands and knees taping the wires down so no one fell during the performance.
But these are the things you think of. These are the things that other people don't realize that you have to be so careful of. Because insurance-wise and everything else, you have to be very, very,
attention to detail.
Attention to detail.
That's what I learned working for Disney performing.
So now you're at the Stirling Club, and you're at there, what, 3 times a week, you say?
No, a month. 3 times a month.
3 times a month you're
hosting
there.
a number of events.
But then you're not only there. What he does, he has his hour, and then he invites all these other singers. So you're giving a tremendous amount of singers in this town a break at the Stirling Club. The Stirling Club is very famous. It's quite expensive, and it's really beautiful.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
It's gorgeous in there. Absolutely. You know, it was closed down for a little while. Now it's reopened.
Was that due to the pandemic?
Yes, whatever it was. And then they're all open, everything's fine now, and you're working there. And everybody's getting very familiar with you, Stefano.
Well, thank you. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm giving this week, along with Gabriella Versace, I don't want to say who the other people that were invited to come, but there are 2 special. A young man by the name of Chris Doty, who is actually a hairdresser by trade, and he is an amazing singer. I saw a clip on TikTok, him performing at the Italian American Club.
I think I had it on my show. I'm not sure, but I know what
really.
You're talking
about. I saw him performing with Elisa Fur from Legends in Concert, who does Celine Dion.
Yes.
And I called him and I said, Chris, well, I need my hair done. So I changed my hair and I said, I got to bring you on the show to sing. And then I have Brenda Hebert, who sat with you last time. Yes. And she's going to be singing a beautiful French song for us this week. Yes. So we have a little 3 languages covered.
I hope the song is going to be, and I hope you're listening. Non me quitte pas.
Non me dit.
Non me qui.
Non me
quitte pas.
Non me quitte pas.
Yes, it's a fabulous French.
That's a French song.
Pas,
someone told me I have to learn Envy Rose. Is that what it's called?
Yes, that's the other
I was asked
one.
to do a male version of that.
Yes, do a male version of that, and I'm sure it'll be, because you're going to have that little bit of opera coming into it, and that's what it needs and everything.
Well, I'm hoping everything is going great.
I was going to say, how's it all? Your new hair, and you seem to be perceived very well.
Thank you.
That's because of the family upbringing.
And I've had a lot of people help me, and I want to help people out. Yes. Dennis Bono had me on the show. Yes. And then an article came out about Dennis Bono doing this variety show, low cost, like Mark O'Toole, a $5 to $10 ticket with amazing talent. So I said, well, I'm at the Stirling Club, and of course I get paid like any other entertainer to go in, but I said, let me invite other people and give a free show if I can. And this is helping them. Plus, these members, guests that come can also become members of the Stirling Club. So I'm trying to rebuild new business so that they may have lost during the closure.
Yes, and it needs to be rebuilt. It needs to have the the energy out there. I love the Stirling Club. I have a girlfriend of mine, Janet, and Janet and I, we always meet there at least twice a week. We go there when she's in town, but she's not in town all the time.
Is she in town this weekend?
No, she's not.
She's going to miss a good one. She should videotape it and send it to us. Say, look what they brought.
Do you know where she is?
Italy.
She is. She's in no. She's in Spain. She's in Mallorca. Mallorca, yes, that's one of the.
And she didn't invite either one of us.
She invited me, but I couldn't go.
Good thing we don't give her Mallorca.
Do you know why I couldn't go? Because I was interviewing you. I couldn't leave.
You just interviewed Sally Olsen and Ned Mills, my dear friends. And I told you I was working on a few things because not only am I performing, I'm also producing shows. Like I had the comedy night at the Stirling Club.
Yes, you did.
Which was very successful.
Yes.
And I actually am proud to say that Sally and Ned Olsen are making their first appearance in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, at the Theater of the Republic this Christmas season, December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And I booked them in that show, and I'll be producing them show with them.
You're producing that show, so you're going to be in Myrtle Beach.
I will be in Myrtle Beach.
In South Carolina?
That is correct.
South Carolina, USA.
And there's a couple of other artists, professional entertainers that do tribute acts and whatnot that are impersonation shows that want me to stop booking them as well. And I've been so busy, so busy. And you know what? I don't stop because it fuels. I have such a passion for it.
Well, you love it. And you're not tied down. You're not married. And I'll never be. And you've never born, but you have children. You don't have.
I have no children.
None that you know of.
That's true.
Well, leave it
but
at
it'd
that.
be a long time. But I would have had known by now.
I would hope so.
Ancestry.com.
Because they would be coming around. Dad, I need some money.
Well, they think I'm making money, but I'm really not.
None of us are.
I reinvest in myself. Someone told me to do that all the time.
Always reinvest in you because that's all you've got. You know, we've got all the houses and cars and everything in the entire world. We really don't. The only thing we have is this. This is all I have to deal with.
Two things I was told. My parents told me, when you leave this house, remember you only have two things in life. You have who you are and your last name. Okay? Because if you ruin your last name, you have nothing. And if you ruin who you are, no one wants to bother with you. You will definitely have nothing. And that's why I go out smiling every day thinking, what about my 3 M's? My manners, my mouth, and my mother, because I never know where she's going to be to get me.
Oh, yeah, she will, and she'll get you.
A little Marziano in Italian.
Yeah, my mother's up there, but she still gets me. And my dad, I had the same sort of upbringing. They were very strict with us. You know, Dad was always sit up, eat properly. And I used to hate it. But then when you grow old, you say, wow, was I lucky?
You're lucky, right?
Did I luck out?
Oh, I'm telling you.
So how can anybody reach you? I don't know if you need any more work.
I do need some more work. I want to, now that I put the band together with the director from UNLV School of Music, Sean Whitmer. And then I have another gentleman, Steve Sand, who is a director for ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. He's leaving to go on their tour right now. And he also does the biggest ABBA tribute show. He's doing that tour through July 4th. But July 4th, I'm excited. I'll be performing at a special guest's home that have come to see my show. I did their Christmas party last year, and they've asked me to come and do their July 4th show.
Can we say who it is?
I'm sorry?
Can we say who it is?
Well, I'd like to keep that a little privacy, only because they didn't say I could.
You could,
I haven't been able to say that.
So you're being polite. I would never give a phone number out unless I ask the person if I can give it out.
Absolutely. But people can call me. I have a production team that does answer the phone when I'm not available.
Great.
Right now it's still on the East Coast. It's area code 401-301-3450. Or you can catch me at my name and email, Estefano, no apostrophe in this one, but it's EST as in Thomas, EF as in Frank, because I'm not pH balanced, ANO118@gmail.com. And I want to be, I'm trying to become you. I want to learn how to be interviewed. And by the way, if I may, very quickly, I'd like to send a shout out to all of my friends, family members, and supporters of the LGBTQIA community for their Pride Month that kicks off today.
Oh, how wonderful.
And that's why I wore this shirt that has every color in this flag.
All the colors, all the rainbows.
Someone that passed away a couple of years ago gave me this shirt. And I said to him, I don't know if I'll ever be that skinny, but I promise if I get an opportunity to show it, I promise I'll wear it. It's the black. I think it hides everything.
No, the reason he's skinny is because he's working so hard. He hasn't got time to eat.
I'm going to support everybody. I have all walks of life that come to my show, and you know what? They pay the ticket just like everybody else does.
You know,
what goes on in their life may not be my personality.
May not be your life, it may not be, but I agree with you
100%.
I don't care where anybody comes from. I don't care what nationality. I don't. I've never bothered me.
That's right.
Never bothered me. I like everybody. You know?
Everybody.
I do.
That's right.
And I even lived in the Middle East. I lived in Beirut for a couple of years. And then I lived in Jamaica for 9 months.
I lived in the middle of the street. I did. On the street where you live. I did. I'm not kidding you. Yeah, my parents didn't have the money when I first started in Los Angeles. In 1998, I slept in my car at Magnolia Park while I was filming Days of Our Lives. True story. While I was filming Days of Our Lives, I slept in the back of my car on a blanket in Magnolia Park, and I went to the YMCA to take a shower, and then I went to work at Tony Roma's. So when people tell me that I may have had a silver spoon in my mouth, my father told me, you'll never choke on it, that's for sure. Go work for it. You want it, go work for it. And that's why I work hard every day, and that's why I think I have that love for it.
Yeah, and that's exactly, I have the same thing. The work, I had to work. I worked 20 hours a day when I was 16. To get money to go to London.
Absolutely.
And so I know what the work is. I know you and I both know that sort of thing. Are you going to, so we can just sort of creep out of here? Can you give me a little something, little opera, little?
Oh, you,
Couple
oh,
of
you
lines.
do, oh, you want? Oh, so,
Couple of lines.
I did that last time.
No,
didn't
no,
I?
I wanted a couple of more lines.
Should I save my voice for Friday night?
No, I want a little, just a tiny bit, just a couple of lines.
Nessun dorma. How's that?
That's it.
Is that all you
I
got?
love it. I love it.
I'm out of
I
here.
love it. Well, thank you for tuning in. Of course, we're at Siena Trattoria, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, Italian restaurant up here on Sahara. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to go to YouTube and to become a member, to join, to do all the above. And we will be right back with our next guest. You take care. Thanks.